So what I did is I took out all the trees and the grass and the weeds and everything, and then I dug out to 8 centimeters depth. And what I did is I worked out how high I wanted my base, and then I stuck in that post there, and then used that with the laser level, 30 quid on Amazon, and then I put in the other 4 posts, and then I put the strings in just as a guide because you don't actually need them. The laser level will sit on that brick, and then I measured a post, I don't know where it is, and I marked on the post, little post, 8 centimeters, and then I dug out the base to exactly 8 centimeters. And then I bought, this is a 3 meter by 2.5 meter base, and so then I bought about, well, it was 15 bags of builder sand, and I've put 2 centimeters of builder sand. And to lay the builder sand, what I did is I laid it roughly starting in one corner, did about 1 meter, and then I tamped it down. This is what I've been using for tamping the earth to start with to make it flat. One of these. They're on Amazon, they're about 30 quid as well. So tamped it down, and then the earth, then I tamped down the sand, and then I made up this board with just 2 pieces of wood. And what I would do is, I don't want to walk on my, well, I suppose I can walk on it, it's nice and hard now. What I would do is I would look at the laser level on my board. That shows me, it drew a little line on there, and as soon as the laser level was at 6 centimeters, I knew I'd put 2 centimeters of sand down. So then I checked it all with a long flat piece of wood just to make sure it was flat everywhere, and now I'm ready to put the membrane on. Okay, and the membrane's laid on. A little bit overlap up there because the wife wants it to go all the way up to the fence eventually, just wants to gravel that area up there, but I'll sort that out later. Okay, so I have all my shingle base in. So the way I levelled it is I tamped it down with that to start with, starting in at one end, and then check the level using my trusty tapping board that I made. The level works better because you can see it better on a white background, and I drew the 4mm from the top line and then level to that line and tapped all over the base. And when I thought it was all completely level, which I think it is, then I got this long piece of wood out, which I know has got a flat bottom to it, and just checked that there's no sort of low spots or high spots anywhere, ready for the grid to go on. Okay, now I've managed to put the phone into 4K, the grids are going in. I've noticed the grids do dome very slightly, so the way I'm getting these in the most accurately, I've got the laser set up there, I put each grid in its place, and then look, I put my flat board on, and then I look at the line. Actually it's on here now, about 2mm from the bottom, because I put a CD case under there, underneath the laser level, otherwise it will be absolutely at the top of the grid. So I put a CD case on. Now I expect to see a CD case rise here, which is sort of what I'm seeing here. And if the grid is too high, then all I do is give it a little bit of a shuffle. I won't do this one because I've already done this one, but I give it a bit of a shuffle, and it lowers it by 1mm or 2, and when it's right I clip it into place. So there it is, finished for now. So the grid system's in, it's really firm to walk on. The best things that helped me make this compared to a previous one, the laser level was amazing, and just by chance I just managed to put these 2 pieces of wood together as a bit of old skirting and a flat piece of shelf. I just screwed them together from underneath. That was brilliant because it could reflected the laser light. You can see my lines on it. It reflected the laser light, and it was used for smoothing sand and tamping and knocking down stones and moving stones around. It just worked out brilliantly. It was like a great tool, so I'm going to keep that as it is. Next thing to do will be go around the edges, dig out the edges, lay down a bit more membrane, and then fill the edges with the remainder of the stones so that you can't see the grid. The shed is going to sit on the plastic grid, so a few stones to get out for that, and then round the shed is going to be higher level of stones so you can't see the grid.